5.
9 to 5?
You're strange.
Welcome to Feet on the Streets this Tuesday, April 28th, 2015. And sitting next to, actually, I guess, first of all, my name's John Randall with RelyLocal.com. And next to me is Cody Wells.
Yep.
With People First.
And other things.
And we are at Lynn's Ice Cream Yogurt and More, which is located at 1232 Commerce in downtown Longview. Home of the fresh pressed hamburger patty burgers, fresh cut fries, curly fries, milkshakes, all hand dipped ice cream. It goes on and on. Anyway, it's a yummy place. So if you've got an appetite and you want something to eat, or you want to get a dessert,
Yeah.
good place to go, right? I bet you ate a hamburger today, didn't you?
Not today.
Not today. But you have them quite often, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why he grew to be 7 feet tall. You got to eat burgers if you want to
No, really,
be tall, right?
Okay, I can.
Because you've been eating in a while, haven't you?
Yeah.
Cool. So Cody is a Blazer fan. At least that's what his shirt says.
Hold on, I got this at the Fan Fest. He threw it at me and I caught it.
Hey, good deal.
So.
And I'm guessing that was a couple years ago.
Yep.
Because it says 2013 on it.
Yep.
That's how I guess that.
We was down by the bleachers by Lamarcus, and got through because Lynn's the ticket holder, so we went through there, and I get a chance to sit right behind the players.
Wow.
It was awesome to be right by the Lamarcus because he was interested. He can play. It was a Fan Fest. It was really nice to be there in front of him.
And, speaking of the players, guys that stand at about 7 feet tall typically are centers in the NBA. And you got something in common with those people, don't you?
I'm 7 foot tall.
7 foot tall.
Yeah.
And you have played basketball.
For Special Olympics.
Very good. And I'm guessing you usually play power forward, center, right?
Center.
Center, yeah. Yeah, what's the tallest guy you've ever played against in the Special Olympics?
I never played against a guy who was taller than me.
Well, what's the tallest, though? Have you ever had anybody that was even 6'5", 6'8", 6'7"?
Nope.
6'10"? Wow. So you usually been playing against 6-footers?
Yeah.
Wow.
One time we went to state, definitely Wenatchee, and this lady was like 5'4". She had knocked the ball out of her hand. The guy said, "Oh, that's revenge." And then the coach says, "No, we're not here to play revenge." I told him to knock the ball out of her hands. He did.
Good.
So I did.
Very cool. Very cool.
I knocked it out of her hands.
So you're engaged?
Yes, I am. We made it official because her grandma was our deathbed. She went up to with my mom and dad up to Centralia. About 3 weeks from tomorrow. We're up to Centralia. It took me about 5 times because she can't call her sisters. But yes, I proposed to her on April 8th and it became official. Her grandma 10 days later died of dementia in her sleep.
Oh.
She's really, really sick, and they didn't know how long she's going to make it. But her mom says her grandma wanted to see us propose to her before she passed on. And so I proposed to her on April 8th, and it became official. And we're getting married next year. We were supposed to get married this year, but the plans just apartment and a wedding dress and my shoes. I have to get size 18. I realized I wear size 17 and a half shoes, not 20. So May 14th next year we'll get married. I'm also, after almost 30 years living in Longview, I'll be moving out of Longview.
And that will happen after the wedding, right?
I might be doing before that because that way we can spend more time together. We can do things together and we can go to church together. And we won't have to be apart because we're about 40 minutes from each other. But every time we see each other, we just don't want to. The last time we spent like 13 hours together.
So if you got a place that was going to be big enough for both of you, then once you got married, you could move right in.
Yeah, and the thing is, she's on HUD. We're both on HUD. We're trying to find an apartment that access HUD. The place we looked at, we don't know if it's a 2-bedroom place, but it also has a garage.
Got you.
Right across the street from my church.
Wow.
So we're looking at that, but that depends on if they have. If they won't have pets, which I don't want to have a pet. She has a dog, but she doesn't know she can move in because of a surface.
What kind of dog?
Wiener dog.
Right on.
And the name is Ruby. Every time I walk in the apartment, she just cries and wants to be picked up. Her left eye is blind.
Oh.
She's a sweetheart and wants to be picked up. And you put her on the lap, she just sits there and does not cry.
That's cool.
And so, yeah, just today she came back from a TBI. It was called traumatic brain injury. It's a conference they have once a year up in Seattle. And she went to this big Seattle Airport Marriott. And she stayed there for 2 nights, and she just got on the way home. And it was kind of hard not to talk to her yesterday for very long, like a minute and a half. But they were very happy. Her parents adore me, and my parents adore her, and we're looking forward to getting married next year and have a life together.
I adore you, Cody.
So when you said Wiener Dog, made me think of a car show that's coming up by Right Way RV. They do what's called Rods and Dogs every year, and part of the reason why they call it and dogs is they've got wiener dogs.
Yeah,
They've got like 4 or 5 of them,
I know.
and those will be there. Hot dogs, fundraiser for a local family that has cancer. That's on June 20th. If you're interested in having a booth there, it's just $20, and all the proceeds go to the cause. And car entries also, obviously, for a car show, and there's trophies and great little car show. So just wanted to kind of throw that out there while we're thinking about that.
We're talking about events. We have one with Miss Troya, but I gotta get it out. June 23rd, we're having a spaghetti feed to benefit our local chapter of Lewis County. Well, no, when the counties get out, I'm part of Lewis County chapter eventually. We have a spaghetti feed from 4 to 3 to 7. The address is going to be, I'll put it on Facebook. It's on Facebook. It's downtown Centralia. It's going to be benefits, people first. It was. I mean, I was lazy. I didn't sell any pies. I could have.
So on the other event you were talking about, now I guess question. So people first, are you a part of the Cowlitz group or the Lewis County?
I'm actually. I have permission from the director, Don Lowry, the director of People First, permission to join to be part of 2 chapters.
Oh, good.
But they realize that Lewis County chapter is more involved. They have like 20 people.
Okay.
And we have 2 hours. We meet every third Saturday, which is on the 16th of the community conference. And I realized that chapter has a lot more to do with fundraisers and stuff like that. So I left the Cowlitz County chapter. After all the years I was there, I left it because the people were arguing, and we only have 4 people in the chapter. This one we have 16 to 20 people in the chapter. So I decided to leave Cowlitz County chapter and then focus on Lewis County. And we're getting ready for our convention, which is going to be up in Spokane at the Doubletree Hotel. And a wonderful hotel, 8 stories high.
Wow.
So it's just something we do every year. And we have different workshops, talk about like CPR. We might have the mayor come over and open up the convention. We have different workshops, and people can figure out, okay, what kind of workshops do you want to have? And this year, we're going in a van from Centralia to Spokane. And it'll be 8 hours, but I'll be with my fiance, which is wonderful. And we can spend the whole time together, and we can go sit together for the whole time, the whole weekend, go to Spokane in the van, and just seeing the scenery. I think we have to go to probably to hit the Glimmering Cores, but it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's a great opportunity to work. I've been with People First for almost 20 years. But what is People First? Not probably an organization that teaches people about the People First. This comes second. People don't know I have a disability. They think, you have a disability? I have a learning disability. I have ADD and ADHD, so I hard to learn some stuff, but I live by myself, pay my own bills, do things. I do things by myself. But when it comes to next year, I'll be doing things with somebody, my spouse. So it's a great organization. We try to tell people that don't use the word don't use the word R in retarded. It's hurtful.
Makes sense.
I've been called retarded before in my life. I got mad at people, but with the word retarded is very hurtful. And I mean, when you go to see basketball, they have the table that says in the R word. Yeah. Make the R word a bad word. Well, it is a bad word because if you see, you call people that in the special limits to be a first people.
Yeah, it's degrading. Yeah.
And so my fiance had to deal with something. She had to deal with brain cancer when she was born.
Wow.
And she was covered hard. And she right now is a string lady. She just, even though she had cancer, she's always smiling. But you don't use that word.
No.
And so we try to.
Well, the reality is there's no reason to be derogatory towards people and a name calling thing like that. And the thing is I mean, when it comes to disabilities, all of us have things that we're not as good at it as others.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's what I like about People First is the focus on the people first, disability second, because, you know, disability to me is things that you can't do. Well, we all have limitations, you know, and so.
And
I focus on that.
when I was in high school, I went through what's called life skills. Then we call it back in middle school special ed. But when we were in high school, they changed it to life skills because you're the teacher with the life. And they taught me how to make my own money, pay my own bills, and do all the stuff I want to get in high school. Well, this August, this June 5th, will be 20 years I graduated.
Wow.
And we're supposed to have a high school reunion up north, was supposed to be like near Centralia, but they changed it. Our school reunion is going to be August 15th in Longview.
Wow. You
And
graduated in 95? I graduated in 94.
and the price is
I was born in 93.
Good for you.
but we are going to have a high school reunion down in the fairgrounds. But I hope before. So last time I went to a high school reunion, they had alcohol served, and of course I don't drink alcohol. I'm a Mormon, so that wasn't a problem. People say, "Oh, I drink ice water." People say, "You don't drink alcohol?" I said, "I don't quit caffeine." So why don't you quit caffeine for? About 9 years ago, I was the youngest kid. I was probably be about almost 30 years old. And one of my friends, he was advisor for our group for Lunch Kid Dog, says, "Cody, do you drink caffeine?" I said, "Yeah, I do." He said, "Well, I heard that if you don't drink caffeine and you're a kid, you're gonna be on kidney dialysis." So I quit.
Good.
And people asked me, "Was it hard?" I said, "No. It'll be on Thursday, June 19th, 2006. So I quit caffeine cold turkey. Haven't had any caffeine since then."
Good job.
And was it hard? No, because when I was born, I had birth defect. That my left kidney was removed. This past month with to see my fiance up, and she says, "So, sweetie, what's that scar you're stepping for?" I said, "Oh, that's my scar to my leukemia. It was infected. They had to take it out. It was full of water.
Wow.
It was not supposed to be full of water. So I have a bladder, half a quarter of a kidney. The nurse says I was 2 or 3 years old. And people say, "Can you still keep yourself?" "I'll keep myself healthy." And the nurse says, "If you keep yourself healthy, you have 2 good lungs and a heart. You should have a full healthy life." But I do. I also do sports. I've done basketball. I've done track. I've done swimming. Done softball. I've done many sports in Special Olympics. I have 117 medals. My favorite sport is bowling. My highest score is 220.
117 medals. That's amazing.
And I still have. I took basketball. I took the basketball year off. Took the truck year off. And by next year, hopefully, if I move out before December, I can join the Lewis County Slam Dunk and play against my former team, the Kellis County Warriors. But people say you can't move. I say yeah, I have to move. Mom's been hometown for 30 years, but it's time to move on. And of course, my fiance, we can do more things together. I call her every night.
Good.
And so people just say, "I can't you get married?" I say, "This year, Thursday. It might be my third engagement, but my final one."
Good.
My first 2 ones were thing over it though.
Well, how long were the first 2 engagements?
The one I had before was 11 months, and her mom and dad, her mom said something to my mom one day that my mom says, "Well, see you on the way home." And her mom said that was that should be a chaperone on your honeymoon. It's a chaperone on my honeymoon. I don't want my future mother to be on the honeymoon with us.
No.
So we broke up because when she treated my mom and my sister. The next one, it turned out to be really, it wasn't good. So this third one, it's much better, and we're happy together.
How long was the second one?
3 months.
I'm just curious. Okay.
Well,
But they say third time's the charm, right?
the thing is, I went to a state basketball for a special Olympics 1 year, and I had this feeling she was cheating on me. Didn't think about it, and she did.
Oh.
But I said, "No, it happens." But it would happen when we went with 3 weeks. We went out the way I proposed to her. That was too fast. This one I'm with is much, and I can tell you that I've dated a lot of people in my life I'm not very happy with. I haven't been picky because I go to church a lot. But the thing is, when you wait for the right person to come along, I mean, she's not tall, but she has a really sweet personality and a wonderful family. And so, yeah, we're very happy together, and it's gonna be kind of hard to wait for mommy. But someone says, "Oh, you close your mom and dad. How are you gonna do it?" The thing. Well, I says he can do it. It's time for him to move on, and he'll see us once in a while. But his time to move on and be with his loved one. But it's a different experience for me.
That's very cool.
But right now, I'm just enjoying U.S. Special Olympics and People First, and get ready for the big convention. And then in September, we're going to, like I said, Spokane. And then we're going to have other people, different chapters. And this year, we're going to look at a new president. The president oversees the whole statewide. Knowing the county, you have to travel around the state. Sometimes people, what you do is say, no, I don't think so. We get ready next year. The People First president, he goes around the state to different counties. I couldn't do it.
Wow, how do they get around? Do they?
Sometimes they what's called stipends. They pay your way to go different. This past last year, we went to the fairgrounds with Eric Mathis. He's a state People First president. He went up there. He came from Seattle to visit, but they say it's a sacrifice you have to make to go everywhere. Spokane. But every chapter you have to go to, do a lot of things. You have to do lots of.
Now, once you get married, would you be allowed to bring your spouse with as you tour the state?
Honestly, I told people before that I do thank them for letting me want me to be run for it. But I thought, you know what? I was a People First president for so many years in Calais County that I decided that it's time for me to pull myself back. And
What I'm curious though is once you get married, if maybe then it would make sense, and then you could actually take her with you around the states.
Well, the problem would be is she has lots of doctor's support, which is going to.
Oh.
She still has a shunt in her body. She has. You can check her head and take.
Gotcha.
And I told you before, so I was carrying council president for so long that a couple years ago I had to give up my vote because I lost the election. So, will I run for Lutz County? Probably, but the thing is, it won't be the same as I want now because the vice will take over, but you use the president have to be there every meeting. So I might run for president or vice president. I don't know this number, but I want to be a permanent part of Lewis County. But they say also if you come to 8 meetings, they pay your way to the convention.
Wow.
He's so good.
And then next year when I get married, her and I will both be in all room together. People have asked me, so aren't you scared about getting married? I said, no. You're only scared if you get married to the wrong person. And we're taking our time right now to money-wise.
That's cool.
Trust me, if you want to get married, take time. I proposed to her because her grandma was very close to me. Every time I went to her grandma, I've been down, she's giving me a big hug, she gave me a big kiss, and she said, you're so handsome, you're just too tall. She insisted she was 94, a wonderful lady, but her health declined. And on the 18th, my sweetheart called me. I called her this morning. She said, "Grandma passed away." But we had a funeral. But she had a good life. After her husband passed away, she said she wanted to get back with her husband, and she wanted me back. And we went to the cemetery up in Kent. Beautiful. You see these cemeteries along the Kelso not kept up very well.
Mm-hmm.
This cemetery is kept up. Lots of headstones, kept up very well. Everything's neat. All the headstones are very clean. Those every headstone, they're just clear. And of course, Salami Kelso would have that, but this cemetery is just beautiful. It was raining before, but it wasn't raining when we were there. So, yeah, I'm a Lumbee native, but my heart is not Lumbee like it used to be, and my heart is in Centralia. I don't know when we will be moving. It's going to be in the area now because of the money, but
is she watching?
No.
No.
No, my spirit doesn't know about the view in the street.
Okay.
But we are just happy as can be.
That's cool.
And people say, "Oh, this is the." Well, my friend, this is like the last. She didn't know last week. What happened was, a few months ago, my mom called me on the phone. She says, "Cody, we have a ring for her." I was like, how fast is that? I said, Cody, it's your grandma's ring. The ring that she has on her finger, her engagement ring, is my grandma's.
Wow.
And she won't give it to you, hand down to my fiance. Now she has it. It cost $189 to pay for.
Wow.
I paid $30 up front. Then somebody came in and paid some money. I don't know who it was. My mom paid 20, I paid 30, and it was all paid off in 2 months.
Good job.
So, yeah, I just, right now, I'm happy as can be, but the thing is, when it comes to moving out Longview, it'd be kind of hard. But I know it's for the best. I know that people will say, you won't be walking around town anymore. I might be able to tell the
Is there a shuttle like from Centralia to here where you guys can come down and visit?
we can take a Greyhound or Amtrak.
That's true.
She came with me last time. We went to for the weekend, and her boss said, "You know what? Why don't you guys have an adventure? So why don't you just go with him, and we'll pick you up after my dozen." I said, "Okay." So she came with me on the Amtrak, and we went the train together.
That's cool.
It was fun.
And
The one thing that I can't do is probably be a caregiver. Her mom's a caregiver, and so a lot of things will be changed, but I'm ready for the change. But the one thing about me, I'll still be at the Treasury Special Olympics.
Good.
Never go in.
Good deal.
You
That's cool.
questions? Come on.
Gosh, you're covering it pretty good. Tomorrow is my 20th year wedding anniversary.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's tomorrow. So yeah, I never would have guessed years ago that we'd get this far, but we did. And one day you'll be talking about that.
And the
Right?
one thing people have asked me about the wedding. Now, this is something that people have asked me. Say, when was the wedding? It's like, right now it's kind of hard. So I go to the wedding. I said, it's not you can't go to the wedding. It means the wedding is the temple of our church.
So you have to be Mormon.
You have to be Mormon. You have to be going down. You have to go through the temple to do different ordinances with the temple. You just can't walk in there because you can't. Certain people who are married in church go to the temple and get married. The one thing we don't do, we don't tell death you apart. We don't say that kind of stuff. It's all for Trinity. And so when it comes to getting married, I can't. See, last time I went to a wedding with my brother, his wife got married. I don't remember what was said because you don't remember what you say, but we're going to be getting ready to marry in the Mormon temple down in Portland. They might come tell you, go down Levi Oswego. I'll tell you, it's a beautiful steeple. It's a important temple. All the temples we have are beautiful. We have still many more being groundbreaking, being built. And that's the place where we get married. Yeah, if you go to the temple, it's all white.
Wow.
It's all white.
There?
Huh?
Have you been in there? Cool.
I've been there. Last time I was with my fiance, with my girlfriend, my fiance, but we went there in December, right before my birthday, and I was crying because it was the first time I ever had a date with my girlfriend back then. And now we're getting married next year. We're able to go through there next year and be married. It's wonderful, and we will have the reception. That's gonna be invite only. We can't. People say, "Oh, well, my friends." My friend Brad was in Turkey. Says, "Hey, I'll do a bachelor party." It's like, right, your kind of bachelor party, my kind of bachelor party are way two different things. He says, "We'll be the strippers. We'll be this thing." My bachelor party is something to do with my church. I want to have a bachelor party that's going to be nice enough. We'll have like pop movies and.
There you go.
But people say, "Oh, come on!" I said, "No."
So will your wife be at your bachelor party?
No, she'll have her bachelor party.
Cool.
Well, with my mom, her mom, and everybody else will celebrate the night. And somebody asked us, "What is happening then before your wedding?" So last night before you take the big step. And so we don't know right now. We don't know. We haven't planned that yet because we still haven't planned. I asked your mother last week about gift registry. If you just go to the store and since I want to say, you go gift registry. You register your wedding reception. Yes, it is, and you just people what it is, and people can go online and order things, and they'll give it to you at the wedding reception.
That's cool.
And so, yeah, people they're like, "Oh my gosh, you get married! Congratulations!" Well, so you get it first. So like the first time we're engaged, I did it over the internet. wrong way. I did it in person. I put the ring on her finger, and we were very happy. And people just are kind of like, "Oh my gosh, you're taking a big step." I said, "Aren't you scared?" I said, "No, I was scared before, but now I'm at peace. I'm excited. Why would I be scared to get married to somebody who's going to be with me for the rest of my life? Why would I get?"
Tell us more about your fiance.
She was. We met through people first. She was born and raised in our church. We met last year at the convention. We had a workshop. I had my laptop, turned my back, and towards her. She said, "Look at that picture. It's an example of my church. Like, so was mine." And all of a sudden, we went to a church dance. It was more than a dance. I asked her, I said, "Do you see a future in us?" She said, "Cody, I see a bright future for you, Dad." Because I tell the first time I saw my daughter smiling, I could tell she was hooked on me. So yeah, and then we went to a date. Mom and Dad were there, and we started going to different dances. And I asked her, my friend says, "You can't ask her over the internet. Do it the right way." So her mom says, "Let's do it for my mom because my mom doesn't have much long, so we did it 5 times." Because we had her sister live in Utah. Her mom called the phone and took the phone and said, "He wants to do this again." It's like 5 times. So, yeah.
Right on.
But yeah, and we do a lot of things together. But the thing is, people say, "How do you see her?" I said, "My mom did took me up there every month to see her." And we go to people first meetings. We go to a dance called Spark. Spark, we don't have a Spark in Longview. Spark is a group of people who don't be part of people first. They go on trips like go to a Seattle Mariners game. They go to a ferry. We go to the last year. We went to Tacoma Zoo to see the Christmas lights. Beautiful. If you ever go to the Christmas lights at the Tacoma Zoo, look at the you know how you see the view of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
We saw the view of Seattle. It was so beautiful at night. I mean, beautiful sky. You can see Seattle. You can see the lights go off. Like it was beautiful. And I took her in a wheelchair, and she said, "Are you sure you can get this heel?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I can." And then my friend says, "You gonna give her Cheetos?"
Oh boy.
Yes, I love Cheetos. But
So your honeymoon was gonna be at the beach, right?
we talked about him would be the seaside because we can't afford Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're gonna have a hometown trip to Henry Street in Seaside to see how much it'll cost. And my mom says, "You gotta save your money for it." I said, "We don't save money for it, but we're Seaside." And then her parents would be this like her parents would be like no, her parents would be in another condominium with her friends of hers or the whole weekend together.
That's cool.
So yeah, we just it's exciting for me. But like I said, I have my share of bad luck with ladies. Bad luck. It's because of the fact that I date people who are not members of my church, who didn't have the standards and beliefs that I do, who didn't realize that I can't do certain things before I'm married. I can't do that because it's something that I want about through the church. And someone says, "Well, can't you do this?" I can't do it. Can you do this? Can't do that. I said, "You can do what?" I said, "I'm not saying it. It's personal." But this. I wasn't gonna say that. No, it's we promised. It's kind of like, for example, the Jones Brothers. They're a group from Disney. They have a ring thing called a promise ring that they promise to no options until they're married. Same as for me. We're going to wait till we get married to have that because it's special. That way you know the person you're going to do it with, you got to be rich your life with. And people have asked me, "Hey, Cody, have you done it?" I said, "No." I said, "What kind of question is that?" It's like, "You haven't done it yet?" I said, "No. I'm a member of the church. We're waiting till we're married." He said, "Oh, come on." I said, "No. I'm waiting till you're married." So I've dated some people that were not like that. They didn't understand what you go through in church.
Sure.
And they said, "Well, one of these people I dated one time, I tried to be before. I'm very, very high on my standards that I have."
John, how's your interview?
It's going great. It's an easy one.
Just inflated dog.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, it's a easy one.
Tony, you're supposed to be asking them questions.
You kiss her.
What?
You kiss her.
That's for you to find out.
That's a yes. I would say that's a yes. So, talked about the honeymoon. Going to be at the beach, probably seaside. You said a condo.
Well, what's going to happen is
Condo.
no. What's going to happen is see, we don't drive.
Lynn's gonna buy you a gift.
Okay. The whole story is no, we don't drive. We don't drive a car. Her mom's gonna drop us off at the hotel. Her mom and dad have friends living like in Warrenton or Astoria. They have a condominium. They're gonna stay with their friends for the weekend. And when we were done with our honeymoon, we'll call them up, pick us up, and take us back to our place.
There you go.
Because her mom said, well, what we can do is we'll drop you off. We'll go to another place over the other side of the town. You guys have your own time together, and when you guys are ready, or you're done, give us a call. We'll pick you up.
It'd be cool if you guys could stay really close to the promenade.
Seaside?
Yeah, like right down there where the arcade is.
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
She wants to go down to all the stores
That'd be
and
cool.
to shop the stores, and she wants to on her honeymoon go to the carousel.
Oh, that'd be nice.
We went on the carousel last year for this trip we went to. All our friends almost lost their wallet.
Wow.
And I was up to Tacoma, beautiful, and we found a wallet right underneath her, one of them underneath the carousel horses. But some people don't want to realize why we were having people take us because we don't drive. 20 years ago, my dad took my brother and I down to our church to drive around the parking lot. I was doing pretty good with all vehicle car. My dad let me drive. My brother's outside. My dad was like, "Wow, I'm impressed. You know how to drive a car." And I was driving the car, put the brake and everything. Until my brother got in the car.
Yeah.
That's when it hit the brake loose. We're in the car driving, and he got in the car. My dad says, "Carl, get out of the car. You already had your chance. Go on the side of the building and let him drive." My brother was playing dead in the parking lot, okay? Here's the church. Here's the car. Here's what happened. I hit the church.
Oh boy.
But it was only at 1 mile an hour. It wasn't that fast. I was driving very carefully. And I want to go home.
Very carefully, but you hit the church.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom says, what did you do? What did you do after you hit the church? So I said, I want to know what you
I hit
did.
the brakes.
My mom was really, she says, Cody, what did you do? Like, I ran off, so that's Cody. If you did that in an intersection, you would be caught for hitting the rest. So let me see your driver's permit. She cut it up. Just Cody, if you do that, mom says, seriously, if you drive that car in the intersection, you hit somebody, you take off, hit and run, and you're not very serious, but mom says, well, call him. You should have been out there in my parking lot playing dead. But my mom says, you gotta realize when you're driving a car in the middle of the intersection, you hit somebody, you take off, it's a hit and run. Yeah, if you can't take it seriously, I took off running. The car was damaged, but the church wasn't.
Okay.
And there was a sidewalk that hit the church. My mom says, if you can't take it seriously, you're not gonna drive. So she took mine. I didn't cut it up. And my mom says, she said, maybe I should take a drive. I said, Mom, no. I said, come on. Yeah, let me take you to see. I want to see how good you're driving again. It's been 22 years. I think you learned your lesson already. I was 16. Mom said, let me take you driving again. This time I'll do it because I have more patience. I said, okay, if you insist, but says, I'll take you driving, and this time I'll show you what your brake and accelerator, and I want to teach you how to drive. The thing is, I don't drive. I ride my bike. I walk around town. And people say, come on. I said, no, I don't drive a car. And maybe 2 years from now, I'll have my wife wants to get a license, that's fine. But right now, her mom takes her everywhere.
Oh,
It would be right for me to get a car if we don't drive. So
Makes sense.
for us, we have the buses, and also the thing about her is she can't walk very well, so she has a wheelchair. And she said, "Do you care how far you walk?" I said, "I can walk far distance." So she'll be in a wheelchair. Her car chair will walk. I said, "Are you sure?" She said, "I don't care how long if you walk. As long as I walk with you, make sure you're safe." So,
Oh, they did?
So tell us more about your fiance.
well, like I said, she comes from a family of 6.
Okay.
She is the youngest of 5. She has 4 sisters and a brother. And 2 sisters live in Utah.
And there was one
Uh,
little thin.
Brother lives in Utah, very, very
That was
nice
it.
guy.
Oh,
Her mom was like a second mom to me, very wonderful lady, loves life. Her mom's a caregiver for 3 people. She gets paid to do that. And my fiance and her mom go out to do a lot of things. We go shopping. We go out to, we used to go to her grandma's. We go to Walmart.
Some of the stuff is.
We go swimming every Monday and Friday. We go bowling. We go to TV. We do a lot of things together. Her mom does a lot of things with her. So every time she goes somewhere, her mom takes her with her.
I mean,
And
me and my mom.
so it's just something that people say, what can you do next year when you get married? I said, her mom will take us everywhere. I said, you sure? I said, yeah.
And
I said, that we're gonna get proper. Her mom will take us shopping.
we tried
We'll do things on things together on the bus. We'll take the picture called Twin Transit.
every
And we'll go to Walmart. We'll go to
in town.
You guys need to
Like
sub
swimming.
sandwiches or something? Oh, yeah.
So it's gonna be adventurous, but
Oh,
I don't want. Like I said, it's gonna be. We have a lot to plan between now and
no,
next
ice
year.
cream shop, huh?
We have a lot to plan. And
I don't
one
know
thing I
if
have to do is when I
that- when you go
move
in
to
and they
Centralia,
go
it's gonna
back
be a.
out.
I've
I don't
been
know how that stuff
I'm at
works.
Complex.
It's like never-
June 1st, be 14 years. It's the same complex I lived.
But I've never.
The same complex, like different apartments.
Usually their big ones come
Bill-
with birthday parties.
I've been in an apartment for two times. Then I've been upstairs for the past almost 8
Seeing
years.
if they bring in an ice cream shop, they're gonna have.
So it's been wonderful living in Longview in my life, but people say, you see never move out Longview. I said, well, things change.
Right.
I just can't say, well, I'm not gonna move out Longview. It changes.
Well, and you guys are closer to the doctors by being.
Yeah, it's what I like people
Your
about
doctors are in Seattle.
Yeah, she has a special doctor. She has to see, like, once a year. She has an appointment next month to go to Seattle. And the appointments for her because she had radiation on her head. So they had to make sure that hers, because pictures on Facebook, she had her head shaved.
Oh, okay.
But hers grown back, and she says the cancer is gone. But you can tell by her, when you see her neck, she has a scar on the back of her neck. But she goes from her brain down to her stomach. She has to be careful what she eats and stuff like that. But I don't know, she has this other stuff. She's always smiling. And she's always has a smile on her face. I never see a lady who smiles so much.
So, how often do you guys have to go to Seattle for the doctor's appointments?
She goes like once every other month. And she goes, this was to be October. What they do, they check the tube in her brain. And then they check her stomach to see everything's okay with it. And then they have to be up there like 8:15 in the morning. So mom has to pick her up. She has to be in bed by 8 o'clock. So it's not kind of hard to get. She said, no, it's worth it because she has an appointment in Seattle she has to go to. And sometimes she has to go back about 8 o'clock at night. And she has a CPAP machine she uses for sleep apnea.
To help her sleep.
Yeah, and she has to go to bed earlier than that because, like last night, she was up in Seattle. She has to go to bed at 8:15 at night because of her CPAP machine. It records how much she gets, and she goes to the doctor for CPAP machine. If it says she had them asleep, she has to go to bed at 8 o'clock at night to get them asleep. And my mom said, you can do the same thing when you guys get married. You can go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. I said, she says, well, mom said, yes. If she goes to bed at 8 o'clock, you have to support her and go to bed. Well, it's the time she goes to bed because to support her. But my friend said in the back, she's not afraid to tell you how it is. But the 3-letter word.
Shut up.
Cody,
But
Yeah, Cody.
what? You don't care.
you said a 3-letter word, so shut up, Cody.
Oh my gosh. But I just, a lot of my friends are grateful that I've stayed active in my church, realizing that I never smoked, never
Glad that
drank.
John made it for the interview, aren't you?
Yeah, me too.
He's asking questions.
You can't answer questions because you won't shut your mouth.
By the way, everybody that's laying in the background, come support her at her restaurant.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Speaking of which, where is your favorite place to get a hamburger? This should
This is
be a
not
trick
hard.
question.
When I used to work at McDonald's. Okay, this is.
Oh, you don't care. Come on with the question. Don't answer the question. Don't go back to your 6-year-old and go through your history. Answer the question.
And you better answer right.
Yeah. No.
Oh, my favorite place is Lynn's,
Which is located at?
432 Commerce,
Okay.
and
In downtown.
Longview.
Okay. State of.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing now?
I just have to jump in here for a minute.
You had one of these burgers tonight. It looked amazing.
I did. Bacon cheese. But no, the best place to eat if you are in town in Kelso Longview is Lynn's. Ice cream, yogurt, and more. If you are in Castle Rock, go to C&L Burger.
Second best.
The second best. And if you do those type of things, check out 420 Holiday.
Oh, okay.
And John will give you the address.
420 Holiday is located on 10th Avenue, across from
Five Guys.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You can ask me about news.
Really?
the news.
What's going on in the news?
What's going on in the news?
Well, there's two things.
Yeah, when I got to ask a question, he says, "Hey, here's a question you could ask me. What's going on in the news?" So I was like, "Oh, what's going on in the news?"
Look, guys, I'm stepping up.
Okay. There are some things in the news that need to be addressed.
You're glad I asked that question, right?
Who did ask you this question?
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead, Jody. We're on
Okay.
here.
There's two things one thing about this whole thing in Baltimore. It's a sad thing that's going on. A guy lost his life because of an officer. And one thing that I don't agree with is that people are treating this whole thing. Cars getting burned,
You didn't know why they were.
buildings are getting burned.
The kid
people,
had young kids.
you're in Baltimore.
Yesterday.
Grow up. It means protesting one thing, but protesting on the street in a nice civil way, but protesting with cars being bombed,
Everybody here.
restaurants being burned, and they have a curfew
You saw
now.
him on TV, grabbing by the
People, you realize that protesting is okay. You destroy people's vehicles, you destroy buildings, and then there's a curfew tonight because you guys are thinking it's okay to go out there and bring cars that people have nothing to do with it.
Exactly.
And what's going on? I watch news a lot.
So what do you think about Yemen?
Have you seen
Huh?
what's going on
Yemen.
with that white girl?
We talk
Yemen's
about-
under attack
Colored people.
in the Middle
It's
East.
been all over the news
Oh,
for the
that's
last
there
two
now.
nights. I seen it last
The
night.
one thing I can say about
And I
the
don't
country
remember
that's got an
exactly where
earthquake,
it was at, because I was just catching the
Is that-
tail end of it, but it was a
those
young
earthquakes,
gal,
they had
I don't
killed up to
remember,
5,000
like,
people.
Wow.
late 20s.
And there's a my
Anyway,
prayers
she's
go
been
out
out
to
drinking,
people in
and she
the
was like a nice
earthquake
girl. She wasn't
running up in the
a
country.
fly-by-night type.
In Baltimore, people, if you want to have a protest, do it like Martin Luther King Jr. when he was around. They have a peaceful protest. Going down the streets with no problem. You're going in there, hurting people. You're taking you're taking toilet paper. You're taking a basketball bag to people's cars and the businesses, taking TV, which is not real. Do me a favor, you want to do protest, do it peaceful. Baltimore now has a curfew. Now they have the National Guard because people are acting stupid and causing fires to like 23 cars. There's a peaceful way of doing protests, this is not the peaceful way. And even a cop got injured.
They broke her, I think it was
I
her
mean,
eye socket.
Even though a guy got lost his life because of an officer, doesn't mean you guys have to go up there and act stupid. Just do it the right way, peaceful. In Portland, people are stupid, but people get drunk. But Baltimore, they had canceled 2 games of Baltimore Orioles games. They had to cancel because they're going to have a game, first time in Major League history. They're going to have a baseball game with no public allowed.
Really?
They have the baseball game at Kennedy Yards with no people can come in. They'll play with no fans.
Wow, that's crazy.
And so they said in the news that the way they'll play the game with no public, the public is banned from the Kennedy Field because they're going to have the game in this week in Summer County Field for the I think the Rays games.
You heard that's where the
They said the Orioles, they'll be the home team. But the thing is, people, if you want to have a protest, and when you're doing it, you're building cars, bringing baseball bats to people's cars and breaking them. you're hurting people. This is not the way you're doing it. If Martin Luther King Jr. were here today, he would say, you know what? Protest it the right way. And so they have to make a curfew tonight. 10 p.m., nobody on the streets. And 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., you have a curfew. Because what's going on in Baltimore right now, it's like a forest fire. And people are just acting. I say, okay, a guy get killed because of an officer. The officer got reprimanded. Don't take the law in your own hands. And my heart still goes to the people who lost their loved ones in this awful earthquake in another country. I don't know what, is that follow something? I don't know what it's called.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But,
yeah. So we have.
Who do you think should run for president?
Hillary.
Yep, Hillary.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, I would never vote for him.
I would.
He can't run for president because he's not a naturalized citizen.
I understand. Neither is Obama.
Well, yeah.
Yes, he is.
true.
Oh, yes.
Huh?
Yes, he is.
My thing about the president is you have to, I vote for Obama. I don't hate the guy.
Long before.
I respect the guy. It's just that when it comes to presidency, you have to vote for somebody who will make the best country, our country, the best way it is. And like I said, if whoever runs for country, you have to don't inhibit the first person in the office. Don't. I mean, Hillary. I
I
don't know.
think Hillary should be president.
I don't know what's going to happen with
The way
that.
I look at it, we've had a guy in there all these years and they completely screwed it up. So let's put a woman in
see-
there that knows what she's doing.
See, where I stand on that though is
You're a male
Wait.
chauvinist.
no.
Condoleezza Rice.
I
go
would
for
not.
her.
I would not mind a female. in
I think she's
office.
ready for president.
It's not Hillary.
Exactly, just not Hillary. No, and my reason for that, when her husband was in office,
What?
Hillary.
I would- here's the thing, I
somebody
would
got
never-
blamed for all their
Here's the
stuff.
thing, Hillary. I would never. Here's the thing about don't
I think
blame
she's
Hillary
going
for
for
what
office
Bill
to
did
get
in the
revenge.
White House.
No, that's true.
All these
I agree with
guys
that.
that-
He made a mistake.
And you know what? When Bill was in office, we weren't in the red. We were in
No,
the black.
things were going good.
He was very intelligent. And you know what? So what? He got caught. But if everything be known, there's probably a lot of presidents that have done the same thing and
Absolutely.
and they didn't make a big deal about it. And the way I look at it is Hillary is a very intelligent person, and so is Bill. And if you get Hillary in there, you're gonna get the two for the price of one.
Yeah,
And maybe they can straighten things back
I
around.
mean,
but see,
everybody
even
keeps
when
saying
Bill
Obama's not
there was
make
the
his
white
America.
pretty much
they said
Well, then
Hawaii.
obviously,
don't
we
know
were doing
why.
the right thing, and we were in the black.
See, I like I think she was Secretary of State under George Bush was Condoleezza Rice. I think she would be a good.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah,
do have
she's
two
pretty
women
good.
running
we should
against
bring
each
back Kennedy.
Oh, I know it. He was the best.
other. JFK.
But,
He
Um,
was the best.
there are- I think there's
Favorite
Ted Cruz.
president.
Marco Rubio. My best advice to Jeb Bush: don't run.
I know we've had.
I'm sorry about Jeb Bush. He's not. I don't think he's going to I'm sorry, but I was for President Bush, but Jeb Bush is not going to.
There is one bitter.
I say Rand Paul. That's mine. Nobody you won't.
I know.
but That's what.
Vote for me.
What about this? Ross Perot.
There we go.
Hey,
So,
hey.
It's a joke.
Vote for me, I will become
time for
president.
Shout outs. But any final announcements, Cody?
Oh,
No,
God.
no. Like I said, the final announcement I have is, if people really want, if you want
Shut
to,
up.
thanks.
Keep going.
No, hey,
Shot clock.
if you want, the only thing I'm trying to advertise is for this spaghetti feed that we're going to be doing is to try it for people first. Just a spaghetti feed that we want people out to know what we're all about, how we can, people who have disabilities can come into our group and they can have their issues resolved by coming to the convention with us in September. September 18th through 20th, or the annual convention in Spokane. And so, if you want a ticket, contact me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, and we'll try some tickets. $7 per person and $20 for family four.
This is, yeah.
I saw you in my eyes. Don't do that.
You're back in the
But that's and that's the guy I have. But
You're welcome.
like I said, just hopefully people come to this. I have 10 tickets. I haven't even sold any of them yet.
Okay.
So thanks, spaghetti.
Spaghetti. There we go.
Dish from the Midwest.
SpaghettiOs.
Yes. Pop it in a can.
Yeah.
There you go.
McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut.
Dale's
What's your point?
is from Canada.
Yuck.
The can will say 50 cents on the top. They'll be like, yep, that's $5.
Oh my gosh.
Fundraiser.
Yep.
All right. So shout outs.
We have,
I'm done.
Shout out. I have to do this by memory. Candace forgot the book.
Oh my gosh.
You know who we are. We're thinking about you.
Right. Okay, we have
You're listening.
Dane from Germany, we have Anne from Longview, we have Elisa from Kelso, Ray from Longview, Michael from
Jeremiah from Africa.
North Dakota,
Moses from
Oh,
Yemen.
was it that?
Jamal.
Oh, Jamal. I knew it was one of
Jamal
them.
from Africa,
Connie from Georgia.
Connie from Georgia,
Connie from Vader.
Connie from Vader, there was somebody from Winlock, TJ from the Midwest.
Moses from Yemen.
Oh,
That's Andy's dad.
Kristen Mead from Baltimore.
Andy's dad is Moses?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Who?
didn't know that.
Kristen Mead from Baltimore.
Kristen Mead
Mead.
from Baltimore,
My cousin.
Jack something from Ohio.
Yeah. Jack Frost.
Garena,
Jane from George from Germany.
Dane from Germany, Garina from Seattle, I believe.
Yes.
Amelia from Longview,
Rachel from California.
Rachel from California, Avery from Longview, Christine from Longview.
You're the Midwest person?
Yes, TJ.
Okay.
Who am I missing? A lot, actually.
Lynn from Canada.
Lynn from Canada. There's somebody from British Columbia.
That's her.
You said Canada.
That's where Canada's at. British Columbia.
Fine. Somebody from Greenville, Ohio. Rachel from Escondido.
Oh, just
Woo!
Debbie
Shout
from
out to
Vancouver.
Lamarcus Aldridge from Portland, a Portland Trailblazer for life. In case you're listening.
Debbie from Vancouver.
I said Debbie.
Stay in Portland.
Yeah.
Christina
God, I hope you don't leave.
from Longview.
Got her.
Westrick from Longview. Elisa from Longview.
Got that.
Kevin Kelso.
Excuse me.
Rich from Seattle.
Rich from Seattle.
Many more.
And many, many more. You know who you are. I'm sorry I should have this list down pat, but I don't.
Whatever.
Next week's guest is Judge Hahn. And John will be interviewing her.
John and Hahn.
John Hahn. John Ron, Lon. Hey, John Lon. There you go.
There we go.
Be here at 5:30. Before 5:30 for dinner. Show starts at 6. I will mention this again. May 26th will be our last show when we will have Fred Carter and possibly Carl Workala. Or
Yes.
is that a for sure thing yet or no?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, it's not a for sure thing, but Carl Workala most likely. So come join us for a night filled with music, fun. There's no games, but unless you want to play head games with me, and it's not going to work out for you. I'm better at it. Thank you, Lynn, for putting up with us again this week.
Oh, it's tough.
Like I said, like John said earlier, if you want to get a good burger, come down here. First Best Burger.
Frying a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Speaking of car work,
All right. Is there any events coming up in the past next week?
The next one that I'm aware of, and it's on next week, but June 20th over at 1290 Walnut Street in Kelso, Right Way RV, we'll be having the 4th annual Rods and Dogs. I believe it's 4th.
They're not having it right way though.
Well, last I heard, they were possibly going to the Elks, but it sounds like they're going to stay at Right Way this year.
Oh, they just told me they were going over to the Elks.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know.
I better check with them. Because we actually just gonna have more vendors than ever. I think we've already got 15 vendors signed up. So yeah, I keep getting vendors every day. By the way, if you're a business and you want to have a booth, there's $20 to have a booth. 100% of the money goes to the cause, which every year they help a local family with cancer. So a very, very good cause to be a part of. You can either drop them off at 1290 Walnut Street, or you can email them to P.O. Box 638 Kelso, which is Rely Local, and the checks are to be written out to Right Way RV. And so one came today for Rods and Dogs that was written out too. Hopefully that will not be a challenge. so anyway, Right Way RV is who you write the checks out to.
Anyway, so join us next week at 6. Hope everybody enjoys the nice weather this week. Sayonara. I still have to turn it off.
No, they played last night.
I play tomorrow.
And they play tomorrow.
Hopefully not for the last